Good morning and a very warm welcome to one and all. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to the inaugural function of Maharashtra Education Society's Mukunddas Lohia College of Engineering, Pune. An inaugural function marks the beginning of something new and significant, a movement to celebrate new ideas, new opportunities and new journeys. It is a time when we come together to set the tone for the days ahead, filled with enthusiasm, learning and growth. I am Amita Solanke, Assistant Professor in the Department of Electronics and Telecommunication Engineering. It is my privilege to extend a warm welcome to our esteemed dignitaries present on this auspicious occasion. We are honored to welcome Mr. Sanjay Kirloskar Sir, 4th generation industrialist and Managing Director of Kirloskar Brothers Limited, a distinguished leader in the industry, academy and national professional bodies, for today's function. We are privileged to welcome Mr. Purushottam Lohia Sir, Executive Trustee of Sri Mukund Bhavan Trust, a visionary leader and philanthropist devoted to education, healthcare and social welfare. It is a matter of great pride to welcome Air Marshal Bhushan Gokhale Sir, retired, a distinguished officer of the Indian Air Force, a proud alumnus of MES institutions and President of MES. We are delighted to extend a warm welcome to Shri Pradeep Naik Sir, Vice President of the governing body, whose guidance and leadership continue to strengthen our institution. A heartfelt welcome to Shri Baba Saheb Shinde Sir, Chairman of the governing body, whose vision and dedication inspire excellence in our college. We are also delighted to extend a warm welcome to Shri Sudhir Bhosle Sir, Assistant Secretary and member of the governing body, whose commitment to education and governance strengthens our institution. We warmly greet Dr. Makaran Jadhav Sir, in charge principal of MES MLCOE, a dedicated leader and academician guiding the college towards excellence. On behalf of our entire team, I extend a heartfelt welcome to all the dignitaries, respected faculty members, staff and our dear students. To begin this auspicious occasion, let us invoke the blessings of the Almighty. I now request our esteemed dignitaries to kindly come forward for the lighting of the lamp ceremony. Thank you all. May this light guides us toward wisdom, harmony and success. Goddess Saraswati is the goddess of knowledge, wisdom and music who removes the darkness of ignorance. Let us now seek the blessings of Goddess Saraswati with the Saraswati Vandana. I now call upon the students of first year MES MLCOE to present Saraswati Vandana.
या कुन्देन्दु तुषारहार धवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रामृता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युतशङ्कर प्रभृतिभिर्देवैः सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजाड्यापहा.
Thank you for that divine start. May Goddess Saraswati bless us all with wisdom and creativity. Keeping the spirit of our college alive, now I invite our students of first year MES MLCOE to present the MES song.
भाषा वेश संस्कृती सन्मानाने उरी धरी शाळा शाळांमधून असला स्वाभिमान अंतरी ठसो खेडणच्या कारागारातील वज्रमूठही मायसो विद्येने नवजीवन घडवी देशहितो सुखमायसो क्षणाक्षणाला विश्व बदलते अनुभव ठरतो नाकाम नवा पवित्रा त्याचा पडता मुक्काम नवे लक्ष वेधण्या शस्त्र ही नवीनतम हे मणी ठसो चहू दिशातील आधुनिकाचा आविष्कारच मायसो विद्येने नवजीवन घडवी देशहितो सुखमायसो दुनियेमध्ये सुशिक्षितांना प्रलोभनाचा पायगडा मतलब शिकली तर मग देश कुठे राहील उद्या पश्चिमेकडे पळता अभिजन समर्थ भारत इथे असो तळागळातील नवापुरांची मूर्त मशागत मायसो विद्येने नवजीवन घडवी देशहितो सुखमायसो. विद्येने जाणीव जडावी बांधवांसाठी आपल्या ममतेने मन मृद व्हावे गूढ कळण्या शास्त्राभ्यासे मतिला मर्यादाच नसो सरस्वतीचे जडदानाशक वरदानच हे मयसो विद्येने नवजीवन घडवी देशहितो सुखमायसो विद्येने नवजीवन घडवी देशहितो सुखमायसो मायसो.
Thank you students for that inspiring and melodious performance. I would now like to invite our in-charge principal Dr. Makrand Jadhav sir to address the gathering and lead us into the felicitation of our esteemed dignitaries.
Thank you Amita ma'am. Good morning to one and all present here. On behalf of Maharashtra Education Society's Mukunddas Lohia College of Engineering, I am Dr. Makrand Jadhav. On capacity as a in-charge principal, gives immense pleasure to welcome you all for this inauguration ceremony of college, which marks a significant step towards empowering the engineers and innovators of tomorrow. Let me give you a brief about our college. The college currently offers undergraduate programs in 4 engineering disciplines: computer science and engineering with specialization in AI/ML, computer engineering, information technology, Electronics and Telecommunications. Sir, I am proud to share that in our very first academic year, we received an encouraging response from the aspiring students over the state. At present, total 253 students have enrolled across the said branches. We deeply appreciate the invaluable guidance and the dedicated efforts of our mentor, Dr. Santosh Deshpande, sir. Sir will assure that in the coming years, we'll work hard and smart, and then the MES MLCO college will be among the first 5 engineering colleges across the globe. Along with the academics, we are committed to promoting a wide range of student activities, including technical, cultural, and sports events, preparation for the competitive examinations, and value-based educations. Furthermore, we'll focus on strengthening the industry collaborations, fostering international partnerships, advancing research and development to enhance the overall quality of teaching learning process to students as well as for the faculty members. This vision will be supported by a high-performance faculty team, state-of-art laboratories, advanced digital learning tools, and a dynamic academic framework of MES that ensures excellence not only in theory but in practical applications. We are honored today by the presence of 2 esteemed personalities who have graciously accepted our invitation to be a part of these inaugural celebrations. It is my privilege to introduce Honorable Sri Sanjay Kirloskar sir, Chairman and Managing Director of Kirloskar Brothers Limited, a visionary leader in the fields of education and innovation. He holds a Bachelor of Science degree in Mechanical Engineering from the Illinois Institute of Technology and is a Fellow of the Indian National Academy of Engineering. Currently, he serves as the President of the Maratha Chamber of Commerce, Industry and Agriculture, MCCIA, Chairman of the Advisory Board of Savitribai Phule Pune University, and a member of the Executive Council of the Gokhale Institute of Politics and Economics. Additionally, he is on the Board of Directors for DCM Sriram Industries Limited, Kirloskar Brothers International BV Netherlands, Kirloskar Ibarra Pumps Limited, and SPP Pumps Limited UK. I now invite Air Marshal Bhushan Gokhale, retired, sir, President of MES, to kindly felicitate Honorable Sri Sanjay Kirloskar sir with a token of our respect and appreciation. Sir, please. Thank you, sir. Once again, it is my privilege to introduce Honorable Sri Purushottam Lohia, sir, an eminent personality known for his significant contribution to industry-academia collaborations. Sir brings with him over 41 years of experience in corporate governance. He currently holds the position of director and additional director across 15 companies operating in the sectors of constructions, enterprise, data parks, and info parks. In addition, he serves as the executive trustee of Sri Mukund Bhavan Trust and the trustee of the Maheshwari Vidya Pracharak Mandal. He has been generous benefactor to numerous educational institutions, including Mes Mukunddas Lohia College of Engineering. His charitable contribution also include the establishment of Pune Hospital and Research Center, Lohia Vidyalaya, and Daulat Ram Mandir, as well as the construction of Bhakt Niwas at many revered religious sites. I now invite Sri Pradeep Nayak sir, Vice President of MES, to kindly felicitate Honorable Sri Purushottam Lohia sir with a token of our love and appreciation. Thank you, sir. I now invite Sri Ajay Purohit sir, member of the governing body MES, to kindly felicitate Sri Deepak Karandikar sir, Managing Director and CEO, Fine Fittings LLP, and in the Institute of Management, Development and Research, IMDR, Pune, as a token of love and respect from Mes Mukunddas Lohia College of Engineering. Thank you, sir. I would like to once again request Sri Ajay Purohit sir to kindly felicitate Sri Girish Dharmadekari sir, Director, Pune Pumps. Thank you, sir. I now request Dr. Mansi Bhate Madam, Deputy Director of IMCC and member of the governing body, to kindly felicitate Srimati Lohia ma'am as a token of love and respect from Mes Mukunddas Lohia College of Engineering, Pune. Thank you, ma'am. Once again, I warmly welcome you all on this occasion, the inaugural ceremony of Mes Mukunddas Lohia College of Engineering. Thank you very much.
मनपूर्वक आभार मानते सर. आपण आपल्या मान्यवरांचे स्वागत आणि सत्कार इतक्या सौजन्याने व आपुलकीने केल्याबद्दल. आता मी नियामक मंडळाचे माननीय अध्यक्ष श्री बाबासाहेब शिंदे सर यांना मुकुंदास लोहिया कॉलेज ऑफ इंजिनिअरिंग कॉलेजची संकल्पना आपल्यासमोर मांडण्यासाठी विनंती करते.
नमस्कार. आजच्या कार्यक्रमाला उपस्थित असणाऱ्या सर्व मान्यवरांचं स्वागत. 1860मध्ये राष्ट्रीय शिक्षण देण्याच्या उद्देशाने आद्य क्रांतीवीर वासुदेव बळवंत फडके, वामन प्रभाकर भावे, लक्ष्मण नरहर इंदापूरकर या समाजधुरीणांनी महाराष्ट्र एज्युकेशन सोसायटीची स्थापना केली. गेले 160 वर्षात 6 जिल्ह्यामध्ये 72 युनिटच्या माध्यमातून जवळपास 40,000च्या जवळपास विद्यार्थ्यांना मयेसोच्या माध्यमातून शिक्षण दिले जात आहे. आज आपण इंजिनिअरिंग कॉलेजच्या निमित्ताने सर्व या ठिकाणी एकत्र आलो आहोत. खरं तर ज्यांनी महाराष्ट्रामध्येच नव्हे तर भारतामध्ये इंजिनिअरिंग सुरू केलं असा किर्लोस्कर समूह, ज्यांनी भारतामध्ये ऐतदेशीय लोकांनी राष्ट्रीय शिक्षण देण्यास सुरुवात केली, ती महाराष्ट्र एज्युकेशन सोसायटी. आणि अशा शैक्षणिक संस्थांच्या पाठीशी कायम उभं राहणारं लोहिया कुटुंब, अशा या तिघांच्या एकत्रित येऊन हे इंजिनिअरिंग कॉलेज आता सुरू होत आहे. खरं गेले 160 वर्षात शिक्षण प्रसाराचं कार्य करणाऱ्या मयेसोच्या आणि हितचिंतकांच्या, मयेसोच्या सर्वांच्या मनात इच्छा होती की मयेसोने इंजिनिअरिंग कॉलेज सुरू करावं म्हणून. अनेक KG to PGपर्यंतचं शिक्षण चालतं, परंतु ते सर्व मूलभूत गोष्टींवर चालतं. प्रोफेशनल कोर्सेस सुरू व्हावं, इंजिनिअरिंग कॉलेज सुरू व्हावं, परंतु हे शक्य होत नव्हतं. म्हणजे MESकडे शिक्षणाविषयी नियोजन करणारे मनुष्यबळ मोठ्या प्रमाणात आहे, परंतु सर्व हे द्रव्याचं काम आहे. आर्थिक गोष्टीच्या पुढं काही करता येत नाही. आणि आम्ही हा इंजिनिअरिंग कॉलेजचा प्रपोजल केलं तेव्हा लक्षात आलं की सुमारे 80 कोटी रुपये यासाठी खर्च अपेक्षित आहे. आणि मयेसोचं आम्ही नेहमी म्हणतो पाट आणि पोट सपाट आहे आमचं. आम्ही एक कमर्शियल ऑर्गनायझेशन नाही आहे, त्यामुळं येणारा पैसा हा आमचा दरवर्षी खर्चच होत असतो. आणि परत आम्ही विद्यार्थ्याकडून मोठी फी आकारून शिक्षण महागडं करणं हेही मयसूचा उद्देश नाही आहे. राष्ट्रीय शिक्षण देत असतानाच, गुणवत्तेचं शिक्षण देत असतानाच परवडणारं शिक्षण देणं हाही मयसूचा एक मुख्य हेतू आहे. त्यामुळे परवडणारं शिक्षण देत असतानाच मोठी गंगाजळी तुमच्याकडे तयार होऊ शकत नाही. मग अशा परिस्थितीत आम्ही जे चांगलं काम करत असतात आमचे सर्व शिक्षक किंवा आमचे नियामक मंडळ, त्यावेळेस समाजातील अनेक हितचिंतक, आर्थिकदृष्ट्या सक्षम असलेले सज्जन शक्ती ह्या मयसूच्या कायम पाठीशी राहत असतात. अशाच पद्धतीने पुरुषोत्तमजी लोहिया यांना हा आम्ही प्रस्ताव ठेवला. आम्हाला असं वाटलं नव्हतं की फार याला आम्हाला 2-4 वेळा प्रेझेंटेशन्स करता येतील, त्यांना सांगावं लागेल. परंतु त्यांना ही मयसूची एक वारसा, आम्ही जे सर्वसामान्य विद्यार्थ्यांना अफोर्डेबल एज्युकेशन देतो आणि त्याच कल्चरमध्ये इंजिनिअरिंग कॉलेज सुरू होईल, त्यांनी एका क्षणात पहिल्याच मीटिंगमध्ये यस केलं आणि 1.5 लाख स्क्वेअर फूट इमारत बांधण्याची जबाबदारी त्यांनी घेतली. हे आमच्या दृष्टीने मयसूमध्ये पूर्वी अनेक डोनर्स होऊन गेले, हे सर्वात मोठं डोनेशन आमच्या दृष्टीने आहे. म्हणजे आपल्याकडे IIT किंवा अनेक मोठमोठ्या शिक्षण संस्था आहेत. ह्या सर्व शिक्षण संस्थांच्या माध्यमातून चांगलं मनुष्यबळ तयार होतं. परंतु आत्ता असं लक्षात येतं बऱ्याचदा हे चांगले इंजिनियर्स यांचं लक्ष परदेशातल्या नोकऱ्यांवर असतं. म्हणजे आपलं परदेशातले अनेक चांगले मोठमोठे हाऊसेस हे आपल्या इंजिनियर्सच्या जीवावर काम करत असतात. दुसरीकडे इंजिनिअरिंग कॉलेजमधून पैसा मिळतो म्हणून अनेक ठिकाणी इंजिनिअरिंग कॉलेजचा सुकाळ आलेला आहे. मयसो अशा कल्चरमध्येही जाणार नाही. परंतु मयसूचा उद्देशच असा आहे, राष्ट्रीय शिक्षण देणं हा मयसूचा उद्देश आहे सुरुवातीपासूनचा. मग अशा परिस्थितीत चांगल्या गुणवंत विद्यार्थ्यांना अफोर्डेबल एज्युकेशन देऊन या इंजिनिअरिंगमध्येही आजच्या परिपेक्षामध्ये राष्ट्रीय शिक्षण राष्ट्रीयत्व कशा पद्धतीने आणता येईल, त्या पद्धतीमध्ये हा ब्रेन ड्रेन होतो तो ब्रेन गेन कसं करता येईल, किंवा आपल्या इथं केवळ लेबर सप्लाय करणारं इंजिनिअरिंग कॉलेज न होता उद्यमी अभियंत्यांचं हे इंजिनिअरिंग कॉलेज व्हावं, या दृष्टीने मयसूचा हा प्रयत्न आहे. आणि या प्रयत्नाला लोहिया सरांनी जो प्रतिसाद दिला त्याबद्दल आपण सर्वांनी पुन्हा एकदा त्यांचं टाळ्या वाजवून स्वागत करूया. जसा मयसूचा हा वारसा आहे तसंच या कार्यक्रमासाठी आपण ज्यांनी भारतामध्ये इंजिनिअरिंगला खऱ्या अर्थाने सुरुवात केली त्या किर्लोस्कर समूहानी या ठिकाणी यावं काय असाही आमचा प्रयत्न होता. त्यामुळे आज किर्लोस्कर समूहाचे संजयजी किर्लोस्कर सर, पुरुषोत्तमजी लोहिया सर, आमचे मयसूचे अध्यक्ष गोखले सर, उपाध्यक्ष नाईक सर, तसेच सर्व मान्यवर आणि समोर आज अनेक मान्यवर आहेत, सर्वांचं मी नाव घेऊ शकत नाही. आज हे सर्वजण या इंजिनिअरिंग कॉलेजच्या उद्घाटनाच्या निमित्ताने आशीर्वाद देण्यास आल्यात. आपणा सर्वांचं स्वागत आहे. आणि हे इंजिनिअरिंग कॉलेज निश्चितचपणे देशाला दिशा देणारं राहील. जो आपण विकसनशील भारताकडून विकसित भारताकडे जाण्यासाठी जो मनुष्यबळ तयार करायचं आहे, असं मनुष्यबळ या इंजिनिअरिंग कॉलेजच्या माध्यमातून तयार होऊन आपला देश हा आत्मनिर्भर होईल अशी अपेक्षा व्यक्त करतो आणि माझं बोलणं पूर्ण करतो. धन्यवाद.
Thank you so much, sir, for your inspiring words and continued guidance. We now come to the most awaited moment of today's ceremony, the official inauguration. I invite all our esteemed dignitaries to kindly come forward on stage with a special request to Mr. Sanjay Kirloskar, sir, to lead the inauguration. Thank you so much all. We are privileged to have Mr. Purushottam Lohia sir with us today. I would like to request him to kindly address the gathering.
नमस्कार. कार्यक्रमाचे मुख्य अतिथी आदरणीय श्री संजयजी किर्लोस्कर, महाराष्ट्र एज्युकेशन सोसायटीचे अध्यक्ष एअर मार्शल भूषणजी गोखले, उपाध्यक्ष प्रदीपजी नाईक, संस्थेच्या नियामक मंडळाचे अध्यक्ष श्री बाबासाहेब शिंदे, उपाध्यक्ष श्रीमती आनंदीताई पाटील, सचिव अतुलजी कुलकर्णी आणि कार्यक्रमास उपस्थित असलेले सर्व मान्यवर, शिक्षकवृंद, पालक आणि विद्यार्थ्यांना माझा नमस्कार. आजचा दिवस माझ्यासाठी आणि लोहिया कुटुंबांसाठी अत्यंत आनंदाचा, अभिमानाचा आणि समाधानाचा आहे. महाराष्ट्र एज्युकेशन सोसायटीसारख्या प्रतिष्ठित, ऐतिहासिक आणि शिक्षण क्षेत्राचा मोठा नावलौकिक मिळवलेल्या संस्थेच्या पहिल्या अभियांत्रिकी महाविद्यालयाचे उद्घाटन सोहळ्यात उपस्थित राहण्यासाठी ही माझ्यासाठी एक सन्मानाची गोष्ट आहे. शिक्षण केवळ माणसाला रोजगार अभिमुख करत नाही, तर शिक्षण चांगले विवेकी विचार, संस्कार, नीतिमूल्य, कर्तव्य आणि नैतिक जबाबदारी आदी बाबींना मनामध्ये निर्माण करतं. आज या प्रसंगी मला खूप आनंद वाटत आहे की लोहिया कुटुंबांच्या सहकार्याने साकार हे नवीन मुकुंदास लोहिया अभियांत्रिकी महाविद्यालयाला माझ्या वडिलांचे नावाने ओळखले जाणार आहे. संस्थेच्या शिक्षण क्षेत्रातील इतिहास MESला विशेष महत्त्व प्राप्त करून देते. त्यांचं एक मोठं उदाहरण म्हणजे या नवीन महाविद्यालयाच्या पहिल्या शैक्षणिक वर्षाची प्रवेश क्षमता पूर्णपणे भरली आहे. यावरूनच स्पष्ट होते की समाजाचा, पालकांचा आणि विद्यार्थ्यांचा MESवर किती मोठा विश्वास आहे. माझा दृढ विश्वास आहे की हे महाविद्यालय केवळ अभियंता घडवणार नाही, तर जबाबदार नागरिक, नवनिर्मितीशील, कृतिशील, विचारवंत आणि समाजाला दिशा देणारे तरुण तयार करेल. मी MESचे अध्यक्ष, उपाध्यक्ष, सचिव यांचे मनपूर्वक अभिनंदन करतो. त्यांच्या अथक प्रयत्नामुळे आजचा क्षण प्रत्यक्षात उतरला आहे. कार्यक्रमाचे मुख्य अतिथी श्री संजयजी किर्लोस्कर यांचे विशेष आभार. त्यांच्या हस्ते महाविद्यालयाचे उद्घाटन होणे ही संस्थेसाठी तसेच आमच्यासाठी मोठी प्रेरणा आहे. त्यांच्या उद्योग जगतातील योगदानातून तरुणांना, पिढीला दिशा मिळते. शेवटी एवढेच सांगू इच्छितो, आज आपण एक कॉलेजाचं उद्घाटन करत नाही, तर भविष्यातील असंख्य अभियंत्यांची स्वप्नाची पायाभरणी करत आहोत. मी MESला आणि या महाविद्यालयाला पुढील काळात राष्ट्रीय आणि आंतरराष्ट्रीय स्तरावर उत्तुंग यश मिळावे ही मनापासून शुभेच्छा देतो. धन्यवाद.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable insights and inspiring words. We are now honored to invite Mr. Sanjay Kirloskar, sir, to share his valuable thoughts with us.
Morning, everyone. Just wanted to check whether everyone was awake. Air Marshal Gokhale, Mr. Purushottam Lohia, Mr. Pradeep Naik, Mr. Babasaheb Shinde, Dr. Zadav, officers of the Maharashtra Education Society, respected faculty members and students. I thought I'd say a few words because they've given me something like 25 minutes to speak, but I'll speak probably for 10 or less. And I hope to have a Q&A session if it is possible.
Yes.
Right. It's truly an honor to be with you, to be here with you today at the Maharashtra Education Society's Mukunddas Lohia College of Engineering. My heartfelt thanks to your principal, Dr. Makarand Zadav, Mr. Purohit, for coming across to invite me the other day to be part of this inaugural function as chief guest. Let me begin by expressing my deep respects for the values that MES represents. The society was formed with the aim of planting nationalistic thought and creating a new generation with strong character and ideals. In a world driven by rapid technological advances and global interdependencies, we need institutions that prepare students not only to be job ready, but also to be world citizens, empathetic, ethical, and innovative. The founders of the society were not only pioneers in the field of education, but also torchbearers of India's struggle for self-reliance and national awakening. They believed that education was the most powerful means to cultivate enlightened minds, awaken patriotic fervor, and build a society rooted in moral strength and character. It's therefore an honor for me to deliver this address at the inauguration of this institution. I'm also very happy because a little earlier I was told that this is a temporary building and you'll be moving to a new building thanks to the Lohia family's contribution. To all the new students, first of all, congratulations on reaching this important milestone. Maharashtra Education Society's various schools and colleges have nurtured leaders and thinkers for decades. What you make of this opportunity will not only shape your future, but in many ways the future of our nation as well as our planet. Engineering is much more than equations, algorithms, and machines. It's about solving real-world problems, whether it's building clean energy solutions, designing smarter cities, and I think we tend to forget that we live in a smart city at the moment with all the traffic, developing life-saving technologies, or for that matter, ensuring that water reaches every corner of India. Let me take you back to our legacy because everyone, I think, a little earlier spoke about my family's contribution. In the early 1900s, my great-grandfather, Mr. Lakshmanrao Kirloskar, introduced India's first iron plow. A revolutionary innovation at that time because at that time most farmers in India used wooden plows. It wasn't just a tool, it was a symbol of transformation. Despite facing resistance from farmers who believed that iron would poison their land, he persisted. It took him 2 years to sell the first few plows. But that innovation sparked an agricultural revolution in our country and laid the foundation for the company that I run today. He didn't stop there. In 1910, he created one of India's first industrial townships called Kirloskawadi on barren land and turned it into a thriving center of industry as well as community. A lot of people, I think, who used to read Marathi in Marathi, and I'm one of the people who don't, unfortunately. We used to publish 3 magazines called Kirloskar Stri and Manohar, which drove social change for many decades. The company made India's first centrifugal pump, its first diesel engine, its first machine tool, electric motor, and air compressor. It did all this before independence in a small village in Sangli district, where most of the employees were children of farmers. The company then grew to control the highest market share for all its products in the country when the British ruled India, and despite the promotion of British goods at that time. This spirit of innovation and resilience continues to guide us even today. We've been embracing transformation through digitalization, R&D, as well as sustainability. Whether it's designing India's first fish-friendly pumps to protect the environment, or using smart sensors to monitor water infrastructure in real time, we believe that engineering must be both intelligent as well as humane. Our pump factory, which is still based in Kirloskawadi, which is in Sangli district, was one of the first factories in the world to have a 3D printer for making sand molds to produce castings. Today, we are the only one in our industry to remotely monitor and predict performance of our products for our customers across various sectors. We're living in an age of transformation. Technologies like artificial intelligence, robotics, renewable energy, Internet of Things, and 3D printing, which I'm sure you'll learn about in this institution, are redefining industries and societies. Now, engineering education must go beyond technical skills. It must encourage curiosity, collaboration, cross-disciplinary thinking, as well as ethical responsibility. Innovation is not just the job of a few in R&D labs. It is the responsibility of each and every engineer. And innovation doesn't mean just invention. It could be finding a simpler way to solve complex problems, reducing waste, making systems more inclusive, or using technology to bridge gaps in healthcare, education, and livelihoods. My message to you is, be the engineer who doesn't build a better machine, but also builds a better tomorrow. And remember, God has given each one of you the power to change the world. What you make of what you learn over here is in your own hands. And you just have to remember Mr. Dhirubhai Ambani and what he created without the benefit of a formal education. So as you prepare to build your careers, never forget, values are far more important than valuation. Integrity, empathy, humility, and perseverance are qualities that no software can replace. No machine can replicate. In the boardroom, as well as on the shop floor, character always matters far more than the credentials that you carry. The time you spend over here will not only shape your skills, but also your sense of purpose. I urge you to engage beyond the classroom in social projects, internships, open source communities, entrepreneurship cells, and interdisciplinary research. That is where true learning begins. And learn to take risks, because failure is not something that one should be ashamed of. You can learn a lot from failure. In fact, I like to joke that one of my biggest, what should I say, the right word is achievements. I run a 106-year-old company, and my biggest achievement is not making it bankrupt. Right? Despite all my attempts. At one time, I felt that getting into a different kind of business was the right way to grow the company. And very soon, fortunately, I realized that it was taking it towards bankruptcy. It was growing very fast. It was taking it towards bankruptcy. Fortunately, we were able to pull back. Every successful engineer or entrepreneur has not failed once, but many times. What matters is your ability to learn, adapt, and rise. And here I'd like to say that my great-grandfather, who was really a first-generation entrepreneur, failed twice. He ran out of money twice. And it was only what others saw in him, whether it was his character or his hard work, that made him come back on track. They helped him come back on track. So people are watching you all the time. Just remember that. The last thing is what Mr. Shinde and Dr. Zadav also mentioned. India needs you. India needs all of us. We are on the cusp of becoming a global leader in technology, sustainability, and inclusive growth. But we will get there only if we have engineers who innovate for all Indians, not just the top 1% earners. We need you to build solutions for farmers, small businesses, remote communities, and the environment. And that is where the real impact lies. I firmly believe that it is companies like Tata, Wipro, Reliance, TVS, Infosys, who are 100% Indian-owned and controlled, that will make India a superpower. Not companies like General Electric or Nestle, Siemens, who are here to enjoy the market that 1.4 billion Indians have created. And therefore, I would say that our Prime Minister's dream of Atmanirbhar Bharat, yes, we will welcome foreign technology because it will make us better. For companies like us, competition from outside makes us better. In fact, the company that I run, 35% of our manufacturing turnover is outside the country. And therefore, we compete with those companies outside the country as well. And that's what makes us fully confident that when they come to our country, we can take them on. So ensure that when you go out in the future, you work with companies that have India's interest at heart. Because that is the vision of your founders. I'm sure this new institution will nurture and develop the next generation that will carry forward its vision. I'd like to thank Mr. Purushottam Lohia and his family for the support and contribution for creating a new institution like this, which will serve Indian industry to make it world-class. To the faculty and leadership, thank you for shaping India's future minds. And to the spirit of the MES founders, may we continue to honor their legacy through meaningful action and enlightened thought. Let us pledge here today that you will not only build great careers, but also a great society. Thank you, and Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Now, as per your directives, we will have question-answer session. If any of the students have questions, you can ask them to Mr. Sanjay Kirloskar, sir. Mike.
Good morning, sir. Myself, Aniket Korse, pursuing computer engineering. Sir, considering current world scenario, in your opinion, what students should do, like studying in abroad or India? Thank you, sir.
I think it depends on, number one, what you'd like to do, where the best institutions are, and what you are capable of absorbing, right? I'm not saying that you should not study abroad, but there are various institutions, there are very good institutions in India, and there are very good institutions abroad. So see what works for you, rather than what you should do.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Next question.
We see a serious lack of engineering talent in the engineers which are produced. So what would be your advice to the MES to produce engineers who are really useful in industry?
What would be my advice to whom?
To the engineering college.
Oh, my advice to the engineering college.
To how do we solve the talent gap?
Yeah.
In the fresh engineers in India and elsewhere, you see China elsewhere.
I think there's always a talent gap. And it's up to the institution, whether it's the college or us, to make that up. I am aware that when you come out of an institution like this, you may not be prepared for an industry and not be we ask for mechanical engineers. And as far as we are concerned, we see that very few colleges today teach hydraulics. Right? In turbo machinery, most people want to work on jet and rocket engines rather than something as simple as a pump. And therefore, in many of our, in many pump companies, and I'm not saying this in India but also outside, we tend to keep the knowledge within as our intellectual property. And therefore, I mean, up to a certain point, an institution like this can train engineers. Right? And we expect them to teach them, along with engineering, a sense of discipline and a sense of curiosity, which will make them learn new things. Because we are there then to take it forward. Different pump companies, and I will talk about my own industry, are at different levels of development. And for us also, there is a responsibility to ensure that people who join us can grow in knowledge, in skills. It's not just the responsibility of institutions like this. So what I would suggest is, greater collaboration between industry and academia. Earlier this morning I said even if professors can go back and forth to understand what is needed in industry, and we have the ability because we also have a lot of people who want to teach, right? We have people who teach new engineers who join us. And it would be a good thing to have greater collaboration between academia and industry.
Next question.
Engineering is basically following the European and US traits. As we see, the China is becoming a really mighty in everything, so long engineering is concerned. How India should be proposing, as well as you are looking at it, to take on the China?
I don't have the answer to that question, but let me tell you what I saw in my own college when I visited it a few years ago. I happened to be there during spring break, and they took me around the engineering building to see various projects. And there were 2 projects going on that they were particularly interested in, and this was an American college. So I went around. One project was how to charge batteries faster. The other project was small robots, how can you make them climb walls? Right? There were few students over there who explained to me what they had learned and how they were designing the products. I came back. The teachers were Indian, by the way, the 2 teachers in this college who took me around. And I said, it was very interesting what you showed me, but I'd like to make one comment. All the students that were there were Chinese, right? I didn't see a single American student, even of Indian descent. And the accent was also not an American accent, so they're obviously from China. He said, yes, all our students have gone to Florida for spring break. So I think, number one, there was this determination in China to learn the best of American technology. There's also this determination of the Chinese government to get their students back. And I have heard that many of them were offered support, financial support, to help set up their own companies. I'm not suggesting that the government of India does this. But that is how China has learned from the US. We talk about how China is copying or Japan has copied, but it's been, if you go back 100 years, the British copied from the Germans, the Americans copied from the British, the Japanese copied from the Americans. So it's something that's been moving westward all the time. That determination, not only in that individual, but also in the state, to go ahead is what we see. And I think our Prime Minister's desire for a Vikasit Bharat, I hope, will encourage many of our young people to go learn, gather information, gather knowledge, gather skills, and come back and build our country. That's the only way it's going to work. Have I answered your question?
Yeah, thank you.
I was hoping some students would ask.
I'm Atul Lahote. When I passed out engineering from COEP in 1986, the popular branches among the students were the mother branches, mechanical, civil, and electrical. But now we see change in the scenario. The students opt for artificial intelligence, data analytics, machine learning, and computer science. So what do you think for India, looking at the future ahead, what should be the optimum mix of these? What do you think?
The products that we make can work in Bihar and they can work in a power station in America, right? Or a nuclear power station, or a farm somewhere. I think we need a lot of everything. But I hope if there's one message I can give the people over here, is if you want to be engineers, after you graduate, don't join a bank or a financial institution. I know they pay far higher salaries. But at least for a few years, learn to get your hands dirty. Because that's when you will learn exactly, the practical part. When you learn the practical part, I'm sure that there is a lot of practical education also over here. It's not just books. But we get students from IITs and we make sure that they go and work in the foundry. Because if you want to design a better product, you should understand what the capability is. But coming to your question, I think India needs everything. And that's what I meant when I said our pumps work all over the place. And similarly, engineers will be needed all over. All kinds of engineers will be needed for this country of 1.4 billion people if we have to move towards the vision of Viksit Bharat and Atmanirbhar Bharat. What I liked over here was seeing so many girls, take up engineering. When you and I were in college, I was in college a little earlier, I don't think there were so many girls in college. And we have one factory which is the only factory in the world, pump factory in the world, that is all women. And I'm not trying to be popular, but this is the plant that we have which has the highest productivity. Right? They make one pump every 17 seconds. And the only reason I think we are able to do that is there is no man in that line to get distracted.
So one last question.
No, this is last question from someone who is not a student.
Hello, sir.
But I'll still ask. All these answers or questions culminated into one answer, which is we require a finishing school either while you're graduating or immediately after you graduate. That is where the industry will benefit. What is your suggestion to MES?
I think it's very important because a few years ago, COEP had this. They had some people, a lady from Bombay running a finishing school kind of program for COEP students. And I think at that time, some of us in Pune got together and supported that program. It helps, even if it's in the last year of college or whatever, that to send students across to understand how industry really works. We might be far behind what you are being taught. I mean, that's one of the things that you should not be surprised by. But there are other things where we may be a little ahead of what you are being taught. But it's a requirement.
Hello, good morning, sir. My name is Lakshmi Chaudhary. I pursuing in ANTC branch. I ask you a question that how to cultivate innovation culture in our institute?
In the institute, I think
Yes.
it will be up to you to think of what problem you would like to solve, right? Because we have a fantastic country with many problems.
Yes.
And you will have to find out what is your passion, what problem would you like to solve, get the right guide, and, if possible, a group of people who feel the same problem needs to be solved, sit down and think about it, and you will come to a solution. Because that's how we do, when we need to improve a product or we need to make a new product, we just look at what are the requirements, and from there, ideas just flow. And I think you have it in you, and you have enough people around you who will help you achieve your dream.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Hello, sir. A very good morning, sir. Myself, Ananya Patil. I would like to ask you what approach should students get to adopt in getting or creating co-job opportunities in India itself?
Creating new opportunities.
Creating job opportunities in India itself.
There are a huge number of jobs available in India. What more job opportunities would you like? Because there are various ways to solve problems. And I think you need to look to find where those opportunities are. Many problems need to be solved. And it's not just that someone else will give you a job, right? You can also create, with an idea, jobs for yourself as well as other people.
Thank you, sir.
What are all the men doing?
Hello, sir. My name is Arya Kale. My question to you is, what are the opportunities in Kirloskar Brothers for female students?
Just write to us and we'll send you a whole list. The HR head in the company is a female who wants to have more females in the company.
Actually, about computer science related. I just want to ask about computer science related.
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Computer science related branches.
Yeah, so as far as we are concerned, in the company, number one, like I said, we have a 3D printer, which is in the plant, where you can design new products, turn that into a file, and make sand molds out of that, number one. Number two, we have augmented reality, virtual reality, which we are introducing for all our products, so that customers can learn how to service our products. So there's a lot of work going on in that area. Number three, IoT. All our pumps now are equipped to become machines which can be controlled, monitored. So there's a lot of work over there. We are, slowly but surely we realize that a pump which may be made in a foundry and a machine shop needs a lot of things around it so that customers can get the best out of it. And this can only be done with the use of artificial intelligence and computer science.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Good morning, sir. My name is Jain Mishra. My question to you is, do you think that AI technology will reduce job opportunities in the upcoming future?
This is something very new. And but right since the Industrial Revolution, every new invention, people would think that there would be fewer jobs. Any new machine would result in fewer jobs. But what you see is that the population of the earth might have gone up 7 or 8 times since then, since the Industrial Revolution. And the number of jobs has kept on increasing. As far as artificial intelligence is concerned, I think the jury is still out, right? Because we are right at the beginning. And one doesn't know which way it's going to go. There's all kinds of scenarios being played as to whether artificial intelligence is going to help us or it's going to kill us, right? And I don't know which way it will go because it's right at the beginning. I believe that the guardrails will be put on to ensure that it can only help us. But it will help us see many more things that today we cannot visualize. And I think that is what is going to continue this cycle of job creation.
Thank you, sir.
The jobs might move to higher levels of skills required, right? And I think that's where people like you need to move to be able to address that.
Hello, sir. Myself, Prathamesh Bhujbal. My question is, how would you predict the future of AI and electronics in Indian engineering and manufacturing sector?
So we've started using AI a few years ago, and I can only give you examples about what we have done. We had a large number of service engineers who had seen problems in the field. What we started doing was documenting their experiences and also using cameras to look at when a problematic part came to us, which part it was, what was wrong with it, how long it would take us to repair it. Right? So today we've introduced an AI system which, when we get a part for service, we know what model of pump it is, what is broken, what needs to be done, processing of that part to be able to send it back to the customer. And earlier, it would stay for a few weeks and then go back. Now we are able to send it back far faster than before. That's one example. Another example was our sales engineers, whenever they got a requirement, would have to look through a large number of papers to understand which pump would satisfy the need of that customer. Today, through AI, again by documenting knowledge of people over the last, and these are people who worked with us, so we started this about 5-10 years ago. So it's the last 30-40 years of knowledge that has been put into the system. And today, any pump that you need, we are able to give you an answer within a few minutes. We're able to give you drawings at the same time. We're able to give you a quotation at the same time. So what used to take weeks, today can be done sitting across the table in 1 or 2 minutes. So that's how we are changing.
Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Govind Gandhi. My question to you is, how students should use generative AI tools like ChatGPT, etc. effectively for problem-solving approach?
I'm lost. I'm sorry. Next time I will bring my children to answer your question. But I've used ChatGPT only once in my life, and I have someone else use it for me. Sorry.
Sir, very good morning. My name is Aditya Tube.
Yeah.
My question to you is, what is one message or advice that you can give to students who wish to be social or technical incubators in their own fields?
You have to do what you like. What is your passion? Yes. I can't tell you what to do. Right? You have to decide now. You've gone through 10, 12 years of education. I know in America at this time you still haven't chosen your major. But over here I don't think one has that choice. You have a passion. There's a reason why you have come here. Follow your dream.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Only 2 more questions, please.
Hello, sir. When you look back at your own college days, what's one mindset difference that you wish you had that made a real difference in your journey?
I had no choice. At that time, I had to come back. So I don't know what choice, what I would have done differently. In those days, we listened to our parents and did what we were told. Huh? No, I'm not going to say that, because I have told my children they can do whatever they like. So it's up to them, because at the end of the day, if you like what you're doing,
you will reach the top. If you're living someone else's dream, no. Right? So do what you want to do. Listen to what your parents have to say. They're there with experience, but finally it's your life.
Hello sir, myself Shaunagan Pure. If Kirloskar were a startup today, what problem would it aim today to solve first?
What problem would we solve today?
If Kirloskar were a startup today, what problem would it aim to solve first?
Would it aim to solve first?
Should I repeat the question?
To start, there are a lot of opportunities. I would be lost for the opportunity because there are huge amount of opportunities. Every day you hear about someone or the other starting something new, whether it's space, whether it's drones, whether it's underwater. There's huge number of opportunities. We are at the moment, aimed at one thing, which is to solve certain problems of the country and the world, and to do that efficiently in a socially conscious way. So when we start there are smaller projects that are going on in the company, but as a listed entity, I can't tell you what they are. Sorry.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your thoughts and interacting with us. माजी खासदार श्री प्रदीपजी रावत आणि ज्येष्ठ कायदेतज्ञ व शिप्रमंडळाचे अध्यक्ष ॲडव्होकेट SK जैन सर यांचेही या कार्यक्रमात मी स्वागत करत आहे. Further, I would like to request Air Marshal Bhushan Gokhale sir for the presidential's address.
What is your name?
Amita Solanke.
I always request the audience to give a round of applause for the lady who is comparing it. So please. And although I prompted her to stop the questions, but otherwise there are so many questions that were going to come. So it's nice that the students of this engineering college in the very first year are confident and have got ideas to ask questions. Good. Namaskar and good afternoon. It's indeed a privilege this morning for Maharashtra Society to start the engineering college. This is going to be our 77th unit now. This year we started Law College and now the Engineering College. And I think the credit goes to Dr. Babasaheb Shinde and entire team of Governing Council, Mr. Purohit, and the entire Governing Council who has been working tirelessly. As you know, we are a very voluntary organization. All of us, none of us in the offices who hold various positions take any money from the institution. So that's the difference between a private institution and, of course, government-run kind of a MES that it is. And that is all started with the three Adya Purush, as I call it, who everybody mentioned, Adya Krantivir Vasudevardhan Phadke, Sri Bhave and Indapurkar. And as I was mentioning to our chief guest, Mr. Sanjay Kirloskar, that it was soon after the 1857, the first war of independence, when Clive Lloyd was trying to impose the entire Western culture on India and the education system, that in 1860, just within 3 years, MES was founded. It was founded at Perugate Bhave School, and as we have given the history book to you, you will find that we have done some research from British Library, and we got input from there that the very first Pune native school started in 1860, where today's Bhave School in Perugate is. And we haven't changed the name after that. I'm myself a student of MES, Bal Shikshan Mandir, not this one here, but the one on Bhandarkar Road, Marathi medium, and thereafter on the Prabhat Road, Bhave School, then now it is Vimlabai Garware High School. Before I joined NDA, like my elder brother, and then my sister who married an Air Force officer. We all belong to MES. MES is like a family to us. And I'm so glad that today we're going to be having many young entrepreneurs, not just job seekers, but to take the Vikasit Bharat to its finality. We have two honored guests who gracing this occasion. Sri Sanjay Kirloskar, himself a doyen of industry and of course at the moment the president of Maratha Chamber. A very humble person, because when I went to visit him, he came all the way down at where I almost got out of the vehicle and then saw me off. That's the kind of humility that you should learn even if you're successful. And so is the case with Mes Mukunddas Lohia, whose name we are giving it for the college, thanks to his generosity, thanks to the kind of money that he is giving us, because as you know, as a government-run kind of institution, and we require donors like them who are good thinkers, who know what the future should be for India and what can they contribute towards growth of India. So thank you, both of you, for gracing this particular occasion. The institution has a logo which we have given them, and the motto says, Kriya Vina Vachartha Vyartha. You have to be not just saying something, but to be able to do it in practice. And that is what both of them have done. One is, of course, an industrialist, another is a property builder, a good brand. We have the architect, Mr. Mahajan, here. And many, of course, Pradeepji Rawat is here. There is Mr. Jain, the past president, Karandikar, and Mrs. Lohia is here. I don't want to keep taking every name, but let me just mention to you that, when I was a child, growing up, the population of Pune was just about 5.5 lakhs. And today is 80 lakhs, growing to a crore in a short time. So naturally there are problems. But when I was growing up, the only name that struck me was Kirloskar. There were a few other industries, but it's unfortunate that in Maharashtra, the family industries have been very, very few. I mean, if Chitale Brothers is an industry, that's one. But in actual, mechanical or otherwise industry, Kirloskar, like Sanjay ji said, that right from his great-grandfather, it continued in Kirloskarwadi, and somebody asked a question as to how the resistance was for that pump that he designed. And then thereafter, there has been a series of these various Kirloskars. And I met his son the other day, Alok, who is looking after the international business. They are across the entire world, and 33%, as he mentioned, the international market that they have got for the pumps. It's the quality which talks. And the quality you cannot deny. What I liked was when I interacted with Alok just for a few minutes the other day, he said that they have a plant in England and they bought that company but kept the name just so that people are familiar with that SPP pump. And I must mention to you that as an aviation pilot, fighter pilot, and that instructor, where I used to go to many other countries to instruct, the Prime Minister of Britain, when he's come, he has requested Indian Air Force to send instructors to England. It's the reverse flow which is happening. We learned from the Royal Air Force, but now the Indian Air Force is going to be teaching them. So that is the kind of a thing. So that is the kind of a thing that all of you must have passion, the dream. And when you go from what I don't like to call Chandni Chowk, we have renamed it as NDA Chowk. From NDA Chowk, when you go on the Bombay-Pune road towards Hinjawadi, on the left-hand side, you find a factory with a big India flag fluttering, and that is where Sanjay's office is. That is the patriot. Truly patriotic. And that is why he chose to come back, though he learned abroad a lot of things, but today it's a thriving industry, and I must compliment Sanjay ji for taking Kirloskar Brothers to great heights. Let me mention to you that Atmanirbhar Bharat, we've had a lot of dialogue on this many times, because especially when it comes to defense industry, there has been shortfalls. Reasons are many. whether it's budget, whether it's been a kind of a public sector, scientific, industrial kind of a house, whether there has been no industries from the private which were, and that is what he argues many times, so why weren't the private industry allowed to play? But today, thank God, der se aaye, lekin durust aaye, we have now got private industry which is playing a big role in defense production. We have Mr. Purohit who's got a SMEs, a number of them, and of course during Mr. Karandikar's time, as well as who's now the president, Mr. Sanjay Kirloskar's time, Pune itself has got something like 1,200 SMEs working in defense sectors. So there is a great kind of opportunities for all of you. Just don't worry about what jobs and what it is. That part, of course, the principal and all of us will look after. But what is more important is to have your dreams and let the dreams fly. It is important that you think something out of the box. You will find there will always be somebody who will take that idea and you yourself be able to enrich the country. Remember, it is the country first. Make your parents proud, make yourself proud. And you mentioned about the girls being here in large number. Let me tell you that MES has always stressed on it. We have got a Sainik school only for girls. 650 girls, of which about 17 are now in the armed forces. So that way, it's so nice to see. And as you mentioned, there is only a factory, one factory of yours, which is only women who run that, and they got maximum production. I'm very happy to see so many girls here, girl students here, and wish, whether it is boys or girls, wish all of them all the very best in the near future. Lastly, coming back to Mr. Lohia, as it is said, Deta kiti ghishle do karane. And he has opened his palms, and I'm sure that देता किती ते देत राहतात पण त्यांना तितकं जास्त मिळू दे अर्थात त्याचा स्वार्थ आहे कारण ते देतील आम्हाला त्याच्यानंतर त्यामुळे we look forward to that kind of support. There's so many other here who can think of those kind of support that MES requires. As you know, we have gone into remote areas like Chiprun, where we got a nursing college and Ayurved college. As you know, Konkan is a backward area, but we have dared to dream. And today, the Konkan villages are changing because those nursing officers or nursing, kind of a thing, they are coming into Pune or otherwise. So there is health and wealth, both happening in Konkan. And so is the case at many other places. So that's what our founders dreamt of. Take education and samskar, shiksha and samskar together. And that's what we have done. So I wish Engineering College all the very best, the principal, all the very best, the faculty, all the very best, and of course all students dream and fly, as the Indian Air Force logo says. It says in the, there is a Bhagavad Gita thing to say that fly not just within the Nabhas Prasham Deeptam, but into the space. Nabha and Avakasha Deeptam. Wish you all the very best. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, sir, for your guidance. As we are near the conclusion of today's function, it's time to express our heartfelt gratitude. I now invite Shri Sudhir Bhosle sir to propose the vote of thanks.
Thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone. Respected dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, esteemed guests, faculty members, students, and dear friends. It's my honor and privilege to propose the vote of thanks on behalf of Maharashtra Education Society's Mukunddas Lohia College of Engineering, Pune. We are deeply grateful to our today's chief guest, Sri Sanjay Ji Kirloskar sir, for gracing us with your presence and for sharing your inspiring words and valuable insights today. Your presence has truly motivated us. Our students will try to inculcate the values mentioned by you. Thank you, sir. We extend our heartful gratitude to our esteemed guest, donor, Shri Purushottamji Lohia sir, for gracing this occasion. Thank you once again, sir. Our sincere gratitude also goes to our President, Air Marshal Bhushanji Gokhale sir, for their constant guidance and support. Sir, your vision and leadership are the pillars of our institution's success. A special note of appreciation to our Vice President, Shri Pradeepji Naik sir, Chairman, Shri Baba Sahib Shinde sir, CSE Chairman, Shri Ajayji Purohit sir, Life Member Board Chairman, Dr. Santosh Deshpande sir, my colleague, Secretary, Dr. Atul Kulkarni sir, whose unwavering support and guidance have made this event possible. Thank you for being our mentors and guiding us every step of the way. I would also like to thank our governing body members, life members, esteemed guest, Lohia family, Shri S.K. Jain sir, Rawat sir, Karandikar sir, all the faculty members, students, for your wonderful presence and for making this event a success through your active participation. A big thank you to the organizing committee members under the umbrella of Dr. Mukunddas Lohia sir, technical team, our support staff, and all the volunteers who work tirelessly behind the scene to make this event a grand success. Finally, thank you each and everyone in the audience for your wonderful presence and for making this event a memorable one. Once again, thank you and have a great day.
Thank you, sir, for expressing appreciation so gracefully. As we reach the conclusion of today's program, I would like to call upon Mr. Vishwajit Mistry to present Pasaidan. We warmly request everyone to join hands.
आता विश्वात्मके देवे येणे वाग्यज्ञे तोषावे तोषोनी मज द्यावे पसाय दान हे जे खणांची व्यंकटी सांडो तया सत्कर्मी रती वाढो भूता परस्परे पडो मैत्र जीवाचे दुरिताचे तिमिर जावो विश्व स्वधर्म सूर्य पावो जो जे वांशील तो तेला हो प्राणी जात वर्षत सकळ मंगळी ईश्वर निष्ठांची मांदियाळी अनवरत भूमंडळी भेट तू भूता चला कल्पतरुंचे आरव चेतना चिंतामणीचे गाव, बोलते जे अर्णव पियुषाचे, चंद्रमे जे अलांछन, मार्तंडे जे तापहीन, ते सर्वाही सदा सज्जन, सोय रे हो तू, किंबहुना सर्वसुखी पूर्ण होऊनी तिही लोकी, भजिजो आदि पुरुखी अखंडित, आणि ग्रंथोपजीविये विशेषी लोकीये, दृष्टा दृष्ट विजय होवा बेजे, तेथ म्हणे श्री विश्वेश्वराव, हा होईल दान पसावो, येणे वरे ज्ञान देव, सुखिया